Okay, welcome everyone. Sorry for missing Sunday, Christmas Eve. I was just totally in a time warp. I think the only danger of me doing this type of, spiritual work and intuitive work, and also being a traveling person or a nomadic person, is that sometimes your sense of time gets really, really thrown off. So I just was like operating on a totally different schedule in my head to what I do in Scotland. It was not relevant for Christmas Eve. So here we are. This is the December 27th, 2023 Soul Circle Oracle session. And I wanted to start it off by talking about some things that I would love to see happen in the new year within our Soul Circle collective, within our little tribe. And yeah. And so, yeah, I want to talk about transformation quests. That's something that I have on my mind. That's what's been swimming around for a while. We've been talking about them, and now I'm really into like the dedicated commitment stage of how are we going to bring this forward. So one of the things that I've been finding really useful, and I always find this beneficial for myself, but I have a new practice that my friend Earth Soul Emily, which I'll share her info, has introduced me to, is the idea of omen days. So what I've been doing, I'm looking at this just for my own sake here. What I've been doing is taking, people ask me, what can we do to like bring in the new year, but also keep it spiritual? And how can I kind of, learn from perhaps my example is I'm doing a tarot card and an oracle card for each month. So I'm drawing for each month and then tuning into keywords for each of those. Anything that sticks out when I read the card, or if I look up the tarot meanings or things, it's like what jumps out on the page for each one. And then you're setting up for your own year. So I'm looking at all the different months of the year and the different kinds of energies that might be in them. And then per day, so it started yesterday, and you could just catch up today by starting, yesterday, and then it's January and February for the first 2 days, right? Then tomorrow will be March. The next day will be April, right? So the 28th will be, I'm looking out for omens for March. The 27th today, I'm looking out for omens for February. Yesterday was January. And how this works is looking out for omens. You are, so you can check the post below. I'm totally happy just to share. She's a friend of mine, Earth Soul Emily. You can see on her account, she's talked about this omen. Mm, I don't want to say challenge, but it's like a commitment or something. Um, and what you're doing is every day you're staying open to what the omens or symbols are for that month. And then it'll go in this period of the 26th until I think January 4th or something, 4th or 5th. Does that make sense? 5th or 6th, maybe, because it's 12 months. Anyways, you can see it all. She's outlined it all on her post, so it's more helpful to go look at that. And what I've been really enjoying about it is just this slow nature, this slow way that we actually can tune in. We're not forcing all the information for next year. We're not trying to get ourselves overwhelmed or tune into every single month and every single goal and all the things we need to do, all the time. It's more just like a state of presence. Hey, what might be going on in that month? What types of things, what types of themes might I come up against, right? We kind of go in waves. And as you start to notice yourself, on a different full moon, you might feel different than another type of full moon. These different full moons have different energies with them. You start to notice these patterns and planes that you are on. If you go cyclically by the moon, then you notice how you react through different moon stages and through different moon phases, stages and phases. And we also have this idea of the quests coming through. So what I've been doing for 2024, and I invite anyone to do the same in the Soul Circle, especially, but of course, anyone on the YouTube, if you're listening to this and the way I'm speaking or the way that I live connects to you in some way, you'd like to, try some of it on for yourself. I do one tarot card for each of the months, one oracle card for each of the months of the year, tuning into the keywords, writing down then per day. So yesterday was January. Again, today is February. I've been tuning into what kind of symbols are showing up today. I was on a walk and I saw this tree that had fallen down. It was like in a perfect cross with another tree. It was really bizarre. You just never really see those kinds of straight lines with something like that in nature. And I was brought back to also my Christian upbringing, and there was something like that might relate to me there. So that's something that I've put in a list. Now, as the rest of the day goes on, I'm seeing what else shows up on that same theme, or what other symbols and or animals or plants or things show up, or concepts. Sometimes it's just like a concept or an idea. And so we're tuning in now until this is complete, until the 2024. So you're actually spreading. This is what I love about this exercise, is that you're spreading the planning and the intuiting, the vision work and the receiving for next year into all these different days. So you have 12 days of actually intuiting and continuing to bring information forward. Then you have this whole, plan, or just a readout of what you think the year might feel like, and you can keep checking it as the year goes on. And so, yeah, then we get to quests, and we want to make a commitment or two, or maybe more. You guys know me, so I'm doing more. Of what you might do in order to bring these goals and feelings into fruition, right? So an example, right, is me looking at different concepts that came up for January. Body awareness is one of them, calm is one of them, grounding, like natural medicine and healing, like healing by nature, good health. So I have a few health related goals in there, drinking 3 liters of water daily, no artificial sugar. And I also really want to dance daily. That's something that's going to have me feeling really connected and grounded body. It's also an ancient tradition, like the idea of dancing and dancing through our feelings and dancing for spirit connection is totally like ancient shamanic kind of work. And so that's why I want to do that. It's connecting to my ancient traditions, which is one concept that I saw yesterday. And it's also connected to those tarot and oracle cards that tell me, to look out for good health and for this body and grounded awareness. I had the star, by the way, in tarot for January, and also earth from the mystical shaman oracle deck. So if you're familiar with either of those, or you can kind of just sense the energy of those, then you can see why I would be putting certain quests in place. So this is my like extra layer, cherry on top, bonus points homework suggestion. I'd also really love to get a feel for, so there's a bunch of Soul Circle folk on right now. I'll also get a feel on the YouTube. If anyone would be down for the idea of me going live on New Year's Eve, or somewhere in and around there, maybe New Year's Day, like the 1st or something, for planning like a live planning session, or like a live Q&A while we all kind of sit and plan our years, or maybe we don't do it live, maybe we do it in the Soul Circle here. So just love to know. Align your time 3. I'm building up the content. Like I said, I'm building it differently for January. So Align Your Time 3 is going to happen sometime in those couple days in and around it. But we'll only support whatever we'd be doing in the live, 2024 plans or Oracle ahead or something like that. I just keep feeling like, maybe I should bring something a little bit bigger. Also, I'm going to be posting more YouTube shorts so that you guys can also stay in the loop on what I'm doing for these quests. So I would love to get into Soul Circle now. We'll do check-ins, and I can read on anything that you need. I also really want to start seeing some devotions of how you're, connecting to your own spiritual intuition and your own guidance on what it is you need to change, or what it is you'd like to practice more or deepen into. Maybe it's a skill you'd just like to increase your skill on. I have that coming up later on in the year. So what's going to help you feeling connected? What are you feeling guided to do? And maybe if we want to talk about these Omen days, you can ask me any questions about that, and then we'll do some individual readings. So again, if you want to join the Soul Circle, the link will be below. If you want to see that post that my friend Emily made, I'll also put that below. I'll be seeing you all more in the new year. I really looking forward to being on YouTube more and not feeling as shy and afraid of being out there as I was earlier this past year. We're not through to 2024 yet. And then I will see you all on the 31st for Soul Circle. And then, before or after, we could do the live thing. So we'll chat about that in Soul Circle. We'll come up with a decision and then reach back out to the YouTube folks. Okay, so let's transition now, switching this one off into the new.